students. Today we will discuss regarding another method in the capital budgeting techniques. We already discussed regarding the non-discounting methods, the maybe payback period, average rate of return. In previous video we discussed regarding the discounting techniques. In that discounting techniques we discussed regarding the net present value. Once again we will discuss regarding the discounted techniques. Discounted techniques will consider the time value of money. It will give an accurate value to the company to decide whether he has to invest or not to invest. Now we have another method in the discounted techniques, that is internal rate of return, IRR. What is meant by IRR? IRR is the percent discount rate used in the capital investment appraisal, which equates the present value of anticipated cash inflow with initial capacity outlay. It is that discount rate at which NPV equals 0. Discount rate is ascertained by the trial and error method. Here in the IRR method we will have the information, we will find out the information regarding the required rate of return by comparison of required rate of return. Through this we will decide whether we need to invest or not to invest. In the net present value we will be calculating or comparing with the 0. And what is the formula for IRR? Here we are showing the formula, and also we are having the acceptance and rejectance rules. IRR is more than the required rate of return, we will accept the project. If the IRR is less than the required rate of return, the project can be rejected. If IRR equal to the required rate of return, the company may accept or reject. For example, the IRR is getting 12%, the required rate of return of the company will be 15%, means the project can be rejected. Why? Means IRR is less than the required rate of return. So we will have an IRR more than the required rate of return, then only we will accept. And now we have an example. Through this example we will calculate how we can decide to take a decision regarding the investment. Here the example given as Mr. A is considering investment of 2,50,000 in a business. The cost of capital for the investment is 13%. Following cash flows are expected from that investment. What are the following cash flows are given means, here they given us for 3 years cash flows in rupees 50, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, and they are asking us to calculate the IRR for the proposed investment and interpret your answer. Means you have to make some decision, have to take a decision according to this information they given us. Here we have a solution. Here in the first step itself we have to decide to select two discounted rates for calculation of NPV. By calculation of NPV, we have to decide two discounted rates. Here we taken 10% first one and 20% second one. Required rate of return 10% and required rate of return 20%. Carefully we have to take these 2% is in between what are the required rate of cost of capital or required rate of return given by the problem. According to the problem itself, we have to be segregate and we have to choose in between the two discounted rates. Here the cost of capital of investment will be 13%. So here I am taking 10% and 20%. The 13% will be between the 10 to 20. So I am taking these two discount rates. Then we will calculate. And next step, what we have to do means calculate NPVs of the investment using the two discount rates. What we have to be decided. First discount rate will be 10% and second discount rate will be 20%. For these two percentages, we have to find out the net present value. Then we have a formula. According to that formula, we will calculate, we will find out the IRR. Here we have a table for finding of NPVs for first NPV and second NPV. Here they given us 3 years, 1, 2, 3, and cash flows also given 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, and at the rate of 10%, present value interest factor will be 0.909. For second year, for the 10%, present value interest factor will be 0.826. Present value interest factor at the rate of 10% for the third year 0.751. This we can calculated in earlier video by the formula of 1 by 1 plus I whole to the power of n for calculation of present values. By using that formula, we are finding the present value interest factors. And we are having an idea regarding calculation of PV of present value of cash flows by multiplying the present value interest factor with the cash flows. By multiplying that, we are getting the present value cash flows. Here 50,000 into 0.909, we are getting 45,450. By multiplying 1 lakh into 0.826, we are getting the present value cash flows will be 82,600. By multiplying the cash flow of third year 2 lakhs with the present value interest factor 0.751, we are getting the present value of cash flow will be 1,50,200 rupees. By totaling all these present value of cash flows, we are getting the 2,78,250. This is the calculation of present value factors at the rate of 10%, and you have to find out the net present value at the rate of 20%. For the 20%, we are having for the first year 0.833, for the second year 0.694, for the third year 0.579. By multiplying with this into the cash flows, we are getting present value of cash flows with the 20%. By totaling all this present value of cash flows, we are getting 2,26,850 rupees. And the what initial investment will be 2,50,000 rupees for these two percentages required rate of returns. By deducting the total with the initial investment first NPV we are getting at the rate of 10%, 28,250. By deducting total into the net initial investment of at the rate of 20%, minus 23,150 rupees. Then we will calculate, we will go with the third step. The third step is calculation of IRR. Here we have a formula for the IRR, internal rate of return. Internal rate of return equal to R1. R1 means what we have to be selected the lower one. R1 means what are the percentage we selected a lower one, that is 10% here. That's why R1 means 10% at the rate of 10 required rate of return 10%. R2 means at the rate of 20%, higher at the rate of 20%. And R1 plus NPV1, net present value 1, into R2 minus R1 at the rate of percentages by net present value 1 minus net present value 2. We are substituting and finalizing means we will get the answers. Now we will simplify that. Here we have a first interest rate will be 10%. R1 will be 10%. We are substituting over there 10% plus NPV1 means 28,250 at the rate of 10%. NPV1 means at the rate of 10%, that is 28,250 into R2 means 20% minus R1 means 10% by NPV1 means 28,250 minus and minus of, here we are getting the minus value, minus of 23,150, that we are substituting over here. And then we are simplifying that 10 plus 28,250 into 20 minus 10, 10 by 28,250 minus into minus plus 23,150. Again we are simplifying that 10 plus by simplifying the values of 28,250 into 10, we are getting 2,82,500 by adding the 28,250 plus 23,150, we are getting 51,400. And here we have a value by dividing 2,82,500 with 51,400, we are getting 5.4961. By adding 10%, we have an final value 15.4961, that is 15.5%. Here we got the IRR value will be how much? IRR value will be 15.5. Then we will make a decision, interpretation. In interpretation, the IRR value will be 15.5. The cost of capital is 13 point. Investment should be accepted. Investment should be accepted. Why means the IRR value more than the cost of capital. So the investment can be made over there. And what are the advantages and disadvantages regarding the internal rate of return? For the internal rate of return, it is also simple to understand because it has expressed as a percentage. And also we know about the NPV, it will help to find out the IRR easily. And it takes into the account of time value of money concept by the IRR value. When we are taking the time value of money, we will get an accurate value. We will decide to invest. And disadvantage is also there by the IRR. It fails to consider the risk and uncertainty factors involved in a project. And it has another disadvantage. The concept is difficult for some people to understand. Why means here we have to take two required rate of returns. By taking off these two required rate of returns, faultly we are not taking means the problem can be extended for 3, 4, 5 percentages required rate of returns. By calculation of all these percentages, we'll find out, we have to be find out the IRR. That's why it is a disadvantage. Thank you students.